Hello, everyone. So today we're going to talk about chapter 15. So let's get on with it. So chapter 15 is talking about overview of total quality tools. So what is that? So it's are the tools that can help you in managing your quality. So what are those tools? Let's jump let's jump in right to it. The first tool is Pareto charts. Pareto charts are useful for separating the information from the trivial. They are named after Italian economist and sociologist Vilfredo Pareto. Pareto charts are important because they can help organizations decide where to focus limited sources. So it's basically Pareto chart is a tool that you use to be able for you to see where your resources should go because like everything else resources is sparse, it's limited. This is an example of Pareto chart. The next one is cause and effect diagram, also known as fishbone diagram. The cause and effect diagram was developed by the late Dr. Kuro Ishikawa, a noted Japanese quality expert. Others have thus called it Ishikawa diagram. Its purpose is to help identify and isolate the cause of quality. It is the only one of the seven basic quality tools that is not based on statistics. So, like the name suggests, cause and effect diagram. It's a diagram that can help us to see the causes and the effect that will bring. This is an example of it. Oh, by the way, it's called fishbone diagram because as you can see, it looks like a fishbone. The next one is the check sheet. The check sheet is a tool that facilitates collection of relevant data, displaying it in visual form so it can be easily understood by the brain. Check sheets make it easy to collect that data for specific purposes and to present it in a way that automatically converts it to useful information. This is an example of check sheet. As you can see, it's easy to understand and it's organized. So it's a tool that you can help to advance your quality management. The next one is histogram. I think every one of you should know what histogram is, considering that uh, you are a student in a university. Histogram have to do with variability. Two kinds of data are commonly associated with the process: attributes data and variable data. An attribute data, something that the output product of the process either has or does not have. Variable data are the data that result from something is measured. Histogram is a measurement scale across on one axis and frequency of like the measurement on the other. The next one is scatter diagram. The scatter diagram is arguably the simplest of the seven basic quality tools. It is used to determine the correlation between two variables. It can show a positive correlation, a negative correlation, or no correlation at all. This is an example of scatter diagram. It's called scatter diagram because as you can see, it is scattered. Like here on the A, it shows a positive correlation. And at B, it shows a negative correlation. When it is like this, it's negative nonlinear. If it's something like this, but it's up, it's going to be called positive nonlinear. And if it's like this, it's way too scattered, it have no relation at all. The next one is stratification. So what is stratification? Stratification is a tool used to investigate the cause of a problem by grouping data into categories. Grouping of data by common element or characteristic make it easier to understand the data and to draw insight from them. This is an example of it. Let's go to the next one. Now, run chart or train chart. Run chart and control chart are typically thought as being one tool together. The control chart a more sophisticated version of the run chart. The run chart records the output result of the process over time. For this reason, the run chart is sometimes called the trend chart. The weakness of the run chart is that it does not tell whether the variation is the result of a special cause or common causes. Pardon. This weakness gives rise to the control chart. So this is an example of a run chart. Now, we're going to discuss about the 5S. 5S is stand for sort, straighten, sustain, standardize, and shine. These are the example of the 5S. So 5S is used to eliminate waste and reduce error, defects, and injuries. Flowcharts are used in a total quality setting for charting the inputs, steps, functions, and outputs of a process to understand more fully how the process works and who or what has input and influence on the process, what input and outputs are, and even its timing. Next one is survey. I believe all of you know what survey is. The survey is used to obtain relevant information from sources and otherwise would not be heard from the context providing helpful data. Failure mode and effects analysis, or FMEA, tries to identify all the possible potential product or process failure and prioritize them for elimination according to their risk. Now, design experiment. So, design experiment, or DOE, is a sophisticated method for experimenting with complex process for purposes of optimizing them. So this is an example of it. It's a design experiment. First, you plan, you screen, you model, you optimize, you verify, and you repeat. And that is all from me. Thank you, everyone, for paying attention on this chapter 15. I'll see you guys next time.